how to max out the value of your mobile plan. Now, as a licensed independent financial advisor, now I always believe in optimizing and maximizing our money, our health. Now, here's what I recently discovered. Normally, at certain times, right, at certain places, when you switch on your mobile data, and you know that your mobile data limit has not been reached, so you still have like a lot of this allocation quota for high-speed data. And there's this signal as well, right? There's a strong signal, there's strong 4G or 5G signal. But just for some reason, you really, when you try to watch some video and then it keeps on buffering non-stop, and you want to, download some files, and, the transfer rate was just terrible, right? Like 10 kilobits per second or kilobyte per second. It's really, really, really terrible that you feel so frustrating, you actually want to strangle someone. Now, I know that what I'm talking about might be, for a lot of people, in African countries or that it could be a first world problem. But still, if you are lucky, fortunate enough to be watching this, then I think you might actually found my sharing useful, and how I actually change my telco, which I think would bring me more value. Probably at 2 times or 3 times the value. I come along, like, when you face this problem, you naturally go and find out what's wrong, right? And apparently there's one website called OpenSignal that run a report, right? A speed test report, a latency kind of report for all these 4 kind of telcos in Malaysia, which is the big 4, like Maxis, Celcom, DG, and U Mobile. And they test a few things, right? Now, it's not just about the allocation, the plan, how much data that you are allocated for. Now, think of it this way, right? There's no use if you buy a mobile plan and then they say that the telecommunication company or the telco tells you, I'm going to give you a high speed data is equivalent to like 100 liters of water, right, a tanki or reservoir, and they say that, okay, I'm going to actually you can use actually up to 100 liters of water in a month. However, and then they also tell you, like, okay, our piping, the pipe itself, right? Now just imagine how you're getting your water, right? It should come from a reservoir or something, and then it come through like probably like a few meters width of the diameter of a piping, right, that comes from the water reservoir, and then it just goes to your house and all that, right? And they tell you that, okay, you can use 100 liters in a month, and then they say that they are how good, because they are a 4G network, they have good coverage, is equivalent to your Shabas or whoever that provides the water utility to you. And they say that how big is their piping, right? The bigger the piping, that it's like highway. If you have a 10 lanes highway, then it's likely you can accommodate. They can actually flow. They can actually flow the what we call the water to you at a faster rate. The problem is, despite all this, they have a huge piping. They have like you have like high speed data or 100 liters allocation kind of water analogy. You still aren't getting that kind of transfer rate when you want to watch a video or you want to download something. Why? I think it's because some of those infrastructure for certain telco, the piping, even though it's big, it is tersumbat, which means that there's so many, there's so congested, so many people are using. It's actually clogged, all right? Clogged, not the clog like jam, but clog. So that is why it get very frustrating at the moment. Especially at some indoor or some corners, you want to use your phone. Suddenly it comes to like there's no 4G signal, right? Or worse, there's no signal at all. Or when there's a 4G signal or 5G signal, there's really is not transferring at that kind of speed. It's transferring very slow. Now apparently, you can actually download an app called the OpenSignal, and the thing about this app, you can actually download yourself, right? The links below, and you can do 2 things. One is the speed test, and the other what I call as the video test, right? It's very useful. Like for example, I test my existing telco U, which I've been for quite a number of years. But you know, in where I'm based and where I'm mostly based in, I mean, it just, I cannot get the speed. I mean, it's very inconsistent speed. It can get up to like certain megabits per second, and then it falls down to like kilobits per second, as you can see over here. Very inconsistent. And even if I were to like play a video, as you can see over here, it keeps on like buffering, and that is given the fact that I'm actually on a postpaid plan. I'm not on a prepaid plan. I'm on a postpaid plan, and they say that they have this thing to say postpaid plan is normally, you know, it's better than prepaid plan. But anyway, so I tested a few times, right? So from analysis standpoint, you know, if you only have one sample size, it's not enough. So I tested a few times. I can show you over here. So the results are pretty consistent, which means that no, the results are pretty inconsistent, because it goes up, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. And I run the video test a few times. The video test also pretty, you know, every time there's a lot of this buffering and all that, waiting time and loading time was long, and you know, things like that. So then I actually put in another Telco X, and this Telco X, you know, actually this is my, you know, backup number, and it's on a prepaid plan. So I just, normally I don't have like data plan in this backup number prepaid, so I normally like just buy like 3 ringgit and the prepaid only for that day. I just test it out the speed, and lo and behold, I can show you how the video test and the speed test actually being run. As you can see, the speed test was pretty consistent. They have like double-digit megabits per second, at least where I'm based, you know, where I mostly will be using it. So, and then the signal coverage as I move out seems like way better, the signal coverage. And then of course the video speed, I've tested like 5, 6, 7 times, there was like 0 buffering. So it's not, as you can see, there's a huge difference, and this is so surprising because the fact that this prepaid plan, which is like one of the cheapest of the prepaid plan, actually beats out the data with the data transfer and everything. They actually outperform the postpaid plan that my main number that where I'm currently in. So and then I actually walk into one of the service center, actually, you know, to change from my, you know, the telco U that I has been quite for some time, change it over, and seems like everything works good. But here's the other added advantage is that, do you know that this prepaid plan now, I'm on a so-called a sub prepaid plan. It works like a postpaid in a sense that you every month they will actually auto deduct a certain kind of number from your what you have preloaded inside this so-called prepaid account. But it works like a postpaid because it will actually charge or deduct your balance in your preloaded credit every month. If you do not have a preloaded credit, that means that there's nothing to deduct, and then the plan will actually probably stop, right? But here's the thing that I also realized I like the most. It's perfectly, all the data, all the call time, talk time, and all the SMS can be carried forward to the next plan, no limit. So basically, you can actually carry forward, I mean, your data and all that is unused, you can actually carry it forward to the next one, and then it actually just compounds from there. So you could have like 50 gig of data if you really don't use it. I mean, if you are in office at home, probably you don't actually use your data plan, you use the Wi-Fi, right? So that is one. And the best of all, it doesn't have a contract, of course. There's nothing like a long-term kind of lockdown. But most importantly, I solved an issue whereby there's no video buffering, so video calls and all that will be, I expect them to be smoother. And it cost me, how much it cost? Now, I was paying like about 40 something per month for the first telco that's been with years. Now I port it over to this another Telco X, which have sort of a prepaid postpaid plan. It actually cost me like, you know, 59 or probably like 60 per month. So it is like, oh yeah, I mean 50% kind of cost increase. But you know, sometimes you have to actually evaluate what the value that I'm getting out of this, right? Like really value, even though it's 50% more, like from 40 to 60, now that's 20% more. But again, 20 ringgit more per month is not really, you know, it's not really taxing anyway. And if you were to look at some of those top 2 telco, for similar plan, I think, you know, like pure postpaid plan, it costs you about more than, I mean, the lowest plan, I think it costs about like 100. So I hope that sharing has been useful. Now you can actually download this Open Signal app on your phone, test out a few a telco, I mean if you got the SIM card, and see how it goes, see whether likely if you feel slowness in your mobile plan, I think it's likely because not because of you use up your high speed data, it's because like I say, the analogy is they have a very big water pipe, but then the water pipe inside is clogged with all sorts of rubbish that cause you to have like 4G signal, 5G signal, haven't used up your high speed data, but then it's still like you feel This is CF Liu, independent licensed financial advisor. Hope that has been useful. Max out the value of your mobile plan, and you want to max out the value or the consistency. You want to be maxing out your return in a very safe way, so-called vehicle or tools or asset class that I really believe in. Students get good result. Our clients are getting good results out of that. So I cannot cover everything into this video, but if you want to check out that video, this is one of the most popular lessons in the entire channel, right? It's racking up thousands of views every single week. So I want you to check out that investing lesson right after this video, and just click on that. It's free, totally free, and just check out that. Don't want you to miss out, and this video I'll see you in another video.